So, Ruben, what do you think about Black Lives Matter? Just off the bat.
Well, obviously it's a good thing. It's well overdue, I'd say, for like a while. So,
Going on from that, do you think that they unite people or they divide? From what you've seen, Black Lives Matter.
overall, unite people. I think it's changed a lot of people's opinions, but it's not to say that there's still a lot of people that is kind of, I guess, unfortunately, made torn apart. So there's obviously a lot of people with problems with it. Not that they should, but I think that's unfortunate.
From what I've seen, Black Lives Matter dividing people.
No, but
they're rioting, they're encouraging violence against the police, calling the police pigs, calling for them to be killed. They assaulted a police officer at one of the riots. They assaulted one of the horses. What do you think about that? What's your take?
Obviously, violence is a very extreme measure to take, but
Do you agree with it? Do you believe violence in any type of protest is alright?
I wouldn't say so, but it's not like they started it. Let's not pretend that the police haven't been violent against black people, because they have. I mean, there's so many cases of that. So, I guess I obviously wouldn't condone violence in any way, but it's not. Let's not just say it's only Black Lives Matter that's doing it.
So, at what point had the police been violent against black people?
Well, George Floyd. That's the main example.
So, whose fault was that situation? George Floyd or the policeman's?
No, the policeman.
Really?
I would say so.
Who committed the crime?
So you're saying that you think it's George Floyd's?
100%.
You think so?
110%.
And why's that?
Because he made a fake check and it bounced. Also, additionally, I say the worst thing about that whole situation is that they make him out to be some type of martyr, some type of decent man.
No, of course.
And I could give you a couple of reasons why he wasn't. He was a porn star.
Yeah.
He held a pregnant woman at gunpoint. And he's an all-round, just a wicked man. So do you think there is any movement that will support such a man and make him out to be a martyr? Do you think it's a good movement?
I think that he doesn't deserve to die because of that. And how does one police officer have the choice to say, oh, that guy should die because he's, done a few crimes that definitely don't, it's not worth his life.
Quite big crimes. In fact, they're not small at all.
Yeah,
but my additional question to that would be, do you think that the policemen did anything wrong? And if they did, what did they do wrong?
Oh, I don't know, the full facts of it, but basically,
from what you know,
from what I know, they leant on him and killed him. I leant on him and basically suffocated him.
So as far as you see, the policeman killed George Floyd.
Yeah, I wouldn't say if they properly arrested him, without all the proper procedures, would you give him the death penalty? No, of course not. So going back on that, Did you know that the maneuver that the policeman did is completely legal and they're trained to do that? And did you also know that he was saying he couldn't breathe whilst he was in the car and nobody was touching him? Oh, I didn't know that, no.
So I say the biggest issue here is that Black Lives Matter like to spin the media and they like to focus on wrong things. They champion criminals and criminalize those who are simply doing their jobs as the police. They call for the defunding of the police. Do you agree with that?
Defunding?
Defunding the police. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't think so. I'd rather train police more, and I don't see how you can do that if you defund them.
So what type of additional training above what they already do you think that they would require? From what you know?
I'd rather them not be defunded, because I don't see how that would be help the problem at all.
So regarding the additional training that you think they should have, what areas from what you're aware of? Because as far as I see it, they're doing a great job.
More in America, I don't know here, but I guess de-escalating situations more. I would say it shouldn't have to lead to that, or it shouldn't lead to such extreme measures.
Alright. Black Lives Matter believe in police brutality. Do you believe that police brutality exists?
Police, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it personally, but you hear so many stories of it.
Give me one example if you don't mind.
Oh, I can't think of one example.
From what I'm aware of, and from what I know, I believe the issue is, especially with black people, they have an attitude with the police, they resist arrest, they insult them, they call them pigs, a number of different issues, and they tried to run. They tried to evade the police, which is grounds enough to be arrested already. And they tried to fight them once they're being detained. Do you think that that's correct? Do you think that they should be fighting against the police?
Wait, sorry, what's the question?
So my question is, do you think it's all right for them to be resisting arrest and calling it racism and calling it police brutality?
I mean, you shouldn't have to resist arrest, but like the police are supposedly like specifically targeting black people more than they would be white people. So,
do you consider that to be a bad thing?
what, targeting black people more?
Yes.
Or no, for no reason? Then of course.
It's not for no reason. They fit the criminal profile of the person that they're looking for. So they believe it's wrong if they're looking for, let's say, a 5'6" white male with blue eyes, and they stopped a black man. That wouldn't make sense. But if the criminal they're looking for is a black man who, funny enough, the greatest issue is that they all dress similar. They wear tracksuits, Nike trainers, black caps, black jackets. They all look the same. And so would you criminalize or make police into the enemy for simply stopping someone who fits the profile?
If you're like I don't know how it works, but if you're looking for one specific person, they fit the description, then obviously you should be able to like stop people who look like that. Or yeah, if you have like specific suspicions, then I think that's fine. But if you're just a police officer on patrol, you're not looking for anyone specific, then it's definitely like racist to specifically, like, I don't know, be more suspicious of black people.
Alright, I can tell you for a fact that the police do not stop black people for no reason. And even if they do, let's say for example, a policeman stopped me and I fit whatever description of the criminal he's looking for, I wouldn't have an issue. Why? Yeah. Because I'm not a criminal.
No, but if you like fit who they're looking for, but if you didn't, then no, I think that's your problem.
Or I can tell you for a guaranteed fact, the police do not stop people who do not fit the description. And also, the issue that prevails with that is that once they are stopped by the police, even if they haven't done anything, they have a very poor attitude with the police, and that causes things to escalate. Do you think that policemen have to put up with such attitude from members of the public when all they want to do is serve and protect?
Well, so if someone has an attitude with the police, I mean, I think...
Do you believe that's good, yes or no?
What, if you have an attitude?
With the police?
No. I think you should, like, cooperate as much as you can.
I agree with you. And so, given the points that we just discussed, and the fact that for the majority of it, you actually did not agree, why do you support Black Lives Matter?